Okay, now here's a very quick introduction to brushes. Brushes are very, very powerful, but I'm only just going to brush the surface. Oh, oh, man. I've still got it. Okay, so here we go. Right here is a very important little box, right? Okay, and this shows us the properties of our brush. Okay, now we can change the hardness or the softness. So here is, and the size of the brush obviously. So let's make a medium size brush, and I'm going to set the hardness to 0. There you go. Now let's go up and change the hardness to 100. And so you kind of get an idea of what that does. What you might not know is that there's this palette right here, the brush panel, and that gives you an incredible amount of, well, as you can see, it gives you an incredible amount of options when it comes to your brushes. And you can start seeing here all these different brushes, you know, all the different kinds of brushes that you can choose from. And these are, you know, really great for creating, you know, using Photoshop as like a canvas. You know, if you want to paint, if you've got a Wacom tablet and you're actually painting, and a lot of people do that. That's not something that I do, so I can't really talk about that. And that's a little bit complicated for this class. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cool? So there's all kinds of, you know, shapes here that you can choose from. And this is kind of vaguely related to, look at that. That's cool. Isn't that nice? A leaf. This is all vaguely related to the shapes as well. So I want to just go through some of the dynamics that you can use here. Now let's pick something a little more, and you can import stuff here. You can find shapes all over the internet, and you can, you know, import them in. Okay, let's say I've got leaves here, and I want to create leaves on a picture, you know. What I can do is I can take these leaves and I can start changing the dynamics on it. So look right here. This is going to show you what the dynamics are and how they're going to render when I use the brush tool. Okay, first of all, the spacing, the amount of space between each one. I'm going to make that a lot bigger. I'm going to make the actual leaves themselves bigger. Now I'm going to go to scattering, and I'm going to change that. Let's see what we've got so far. Let me make a scattering. See, that just scatters them all over the place, but they're still all exactly the same. So what if we want to change them and make them look like they're kind of following? Let's do size jitter. What does that do? Let me go Control Z, size jitter. Okay, that makes the sizes different. Now let's do minimum diameter jitter. Okay, that doesn't really do a whole lot. Let's do angle jitter. Whoa, okay, now that's getting cool. Angle jitter is making them go in all different directions. Now let's try roundness jitter. What does that do? Okay, now we're rotating the leaves so they look like they're going on in different directions. Now I'm not going to go any further with this because there's a ton of different things you can do here, and this is very, you know, advanced stuff. Well, we can go into this with the more advanced classes, but you know, I just want you to understand the power of the brush tool and, you know, what the basics are, okay? Because the brush tool, I use it a lot, okay? So that's it for the brushes tool, and we will start with the type tool next.